I'm now at Suhas, about 20 minutes from Jerusalem, in the pomegranate orchard of the kibbutz. And together with me is a great guest, Dr. Suhas, which is originally from India, pomegranate grower. And I'm really happy that he found the time and the ability to jump here for one day so we can spend together. And he's from the extension services of Texas and now in Israel until this evening. So I said to Dr. Suhas, ask me anything that you like, and let's see if what's interesting we can get from.
It's been very fun so far. I've been here in Israel today. I visited several fields of pomegranate, grapes, and some citrus. I'm very impressed with the kind of production folks are doing here in Israel. For example, here we're looking at an excellent looking field of pomegranate. And he just said I'm one of the farmers from India. I might be able to show similar looking fields back home too. But there is a problem. We apply so much of insecticide on the produce. Many times I'm afraid to eat that pomegranate or grapes in the field. And there is the similar problem whenever we try to export the fruits. Countries like USA, Europe won't allow the export because of the chemical residue into the fruit. And it seems that's not a problem here. So I wanted to ask Dr. Israeli, what can be done as a grower? What can I do back home in India? And my fellow farmers, what can they do to reduce the residue into the fruit and make a better product to be able to export into the international market?
Okay, that's a great question actually, since me as a farmer, I had to deal with it at the late 80s when we were spraying every week, almost once or twice, and now things have changed. And when I come to think of it, actually, it started from me, from the farmers, not only me. We wanted to change. So this is where it started. We got the support of the extension services. Some of it was good, some of it less. But the first step was of us, and actually it was my father, that said, we have a great orchard, no infestation, but this is because we spray so much, and this is not a sustainable way, and I don't want it. So he was the first to say it, and then we just jumped into the water, and some of the things were really good, and it worked well. Some were not. For example, fruit flies were a catastrophe, and this is why I deal today with fruit flies. And one of the things that I do understand today better is that when you start with the central pest. The ones that once you remove them, actually it takes maybe 50% of the spraying. In the case of fruit flies, that can be 80% and even more. And even if we use what we call as soft spraying, actually maybe it is for us, not for the beneficials like bees, like natural enemies and others. It's not for them. So for them, it's definitely not soft. It is killing. Try to remove. Maybe it's some sort of a moth, maybe a scale, but very frequently there will be also a fruit fly in there. You manage to remove this, and actually what happens next is that with it you removed like 50% of your spraying, and you see that the entire ecosystem is relaxing. You see that natural enemies are back. You see that you still have the other pest, but not as such a severe problem. Okay, with this we can live. And if you, in your mind, you say, I'm ready, it's okay if we lose 2% or 5% or 10% overall, because even today with all the spraying we lose it. Let's relax. And I think that these are the two things. One is to understand that you are going to, and the process between today and the future that you want, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to lose some fruit, but there is no other way of doing it. And the second, choose those very few central pests, and from my experience, in each crop you have maybe one or two. Maybe one or two. One is mostly, but two, more than two is not very common. So it's very easy. Just remove the central one, find a good solution, and then you're really on the right path to success.
Yep. Wonderful. And looks like the biofeed trap for the fruit fly is doing a pretty good job around here. What prospect do you see into the global market for that particular technology? I am very excited. I have seen it by myself, and I wish we can use that technology back home in India and to give a chance for growers to produce eco-friendly fruits. What's your take on the eco-friendly market in the future and the role of biofeed into that?
I think that once you remove this glass ceiling of fruit flies, that is actually limit the entire market opportunities for farmers around the world, well, that will open many opportunities for farmers, for states, for countries to get into the international markets, get much better price for the same fruit, but at the same time it will also necessarily push them, the farmers, to be better, to use less chemicals. So if we want the farmers to use less chemicals, if we want them to produce more and higher quality, actually, instead of saying all the time, no, this is not good, it's not healthy, the best way is to show the money, to show the market, and they will follow. But we need to do it. That is exactly when you hit the market of fruit flies, you open those opportunities. And from that reason exactly, we are going to aim to the largest markets that we see today: India, China, Africa, Southeast Asia, and open those markets and let them go and do the best they can.
Wonderful. Yeah, that sounds really exciting, and I do really see a big potential into this. Thank you so much for putting the work, and
great having you here.
Yep, thank you so much
and
for having me.
It's a big effort, I know.
Yep,
So
it's been a fun, and I enjoyed it. Wonderful.
bye bye to all of you.